All right, guys, so I am quickly getting to the point where this is going to be done, this Miata. I wanted to give you all some hints and tips as to what to look for when you want to go through and make a project Miata. I'm going to be talking specifically about the NB1, which is a 99 or 2000 NB Miata. Okay, a lot of stuff could apply in the 2001 to 2005, but mine does not have variable valve timing, which is why it doesn't have some stuff there. So just take a grain of salt. When you find a car like I did that had a Spartan rod bearing and decide, man, wouldn't it be easy just to switch the engine? You would be wrong. It is incredibly complicated and just a little bit rough, but if you can just follow instructions and all you have to do is when you are taking this engine apart, anytime you touch a bolt, you put it in a baggie and you label that baggie and then make sure it's organized, okay? Keep all the parts together. Intake stuff goes in an intake file. I recommend highly using a baker's rack. Okay, like pick these up for a couple bucks and literally just start segmenting off different parts: intake, valve covers, ignition, throttle body, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, and then a ton of little Ziploc bags. You don't do that, you are going to be screwed, and I mean hella screwed. So make sure you do yourself a favor. I still even have some of the labels on. See, like that clutch master cylinder, I put a label on there. Other things to look out for. My suggestion is if you start seeing cracked, corroded vacuum lines, just go get yourself some 5mm silicone. So that way you can just be done with it. This silicone stuff is really heat resistant. It's rot resistant. It doesn't have any of the same properties. That's why you see this stuff all over. I basically swapped everything for silicone hoses where possible. Be advised that all of your tension clips are going to be definitely a lot tighter because they are thick. Okay, these are a lot thicker. However, they will not have any problem with, like, you're not going to ever have to worry about these things. Other things to consider: anytime you have a gasket or any of these, like the seal on the PCV valve or any of it, rear main seal, front main seal, cam seals, everything, just do it now, okay? When that engine's out and it's on an engine stand, I will tell you it's about 1,000,000,000 times easier to replace and deal with things than trying to dink with it in here, okay? Let's see what else. The other thing I would highly recommend, so if you decide to go aftermarket radiator like I did, I came with my car, so whatever, be very gentle with the posts. Like, see, that's how it should look right here. Well, that snapped off because I don't know why, but it just did. So I had to drill it out and put a bolt in there. So be mindful of that. Also, this is a 3D printed TPU part because guess what? The studs for this aftermarket are 5/8 inch thick. The stock is only a half. I had to custom make those. So there's all kinds of stuff you start encountering if you decide to kind of go off the reservation. Also another thing you should highly consider doing: your clutch master cylinder and your slave cylinder, which is down there, all right? Highly recommend switching that out now while the engine's out because it's real easy. You won't be able to complete it because what you're going to have to do is bleed out that system. Let me see if I can show you. See it down there? There it is, right in the middle there. You're going to need to be able to bleed that out once it's actually connected again. So just be aware of that one. Also, if you're really curious, get rid of all that rubber crap and get yourself a piece of braided steel. It's like 40 bucks on Flying Miata, and it basically deletes all the rubber and all the other miscellaneous crap that was in that the clutch. So it makes the clutch feel a lot stiffer, but more importantly, the original has this big pig loop thing. It becomes a total pain in the butt to get it flushed and to get it bled. So something to consider. While you're at it, take all your parts and paint them because the engine's going to be out. You might as well spend an extra 50, 60 bucks on paint and just make it look nice. And on top of that, the better reason to do it is because now when you have these nice painted surfaces, you can see if there's going to be exhaust leaks or gas or oil or any number of different things. So I painted the oil pan. If you look in there, you can see I even painted the harmonic balancers and all the other stuff. See, give me like 3 months ago, I wouldn't know what half these terms were. But I'll tell you this, if you want to get really good at something and learn a new skill, get yourself so damn deep that you can't not stop, and then you just figure it out. So I hope some of that was helpful for you guys. I know it's kind of just blah getting it in there, but I'm telling you, these are all things that were a little on the rough side. Oh, when you get yourself a new engine, make sure you get a tap and die set, because I will almost guarantee you that all of the mounting points or other brackets or anything you need, it's more than likely going to have crap in the threads. So you're going to have to get those cleaned out before you can stick your bracket on. This engine originally didn't have air conditioning because it was from the UK and they didn't have an air conditioner, I guess. So all of the holes for that air conditioning bracket had to get retapped because they were just so corroded and full of garbage that they couldn't really even get the gasket in. So if you guys are interested in anything else, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to guide you, but I'll tell you what, the NB Miata Facebook group has been an invaluable asset during this whole build. So use the community you have around you. I'm going to do what I can if I can, but there's a huge community for these Miatas, so take advantage of it. So anyway, I know it's a long one, but I'll talk to you guys later.